Is everyone?
How's the weather?
Rainy. It was rainy today, but yesterday it was like it was a little bit warmer.
Nice. Last week in Israel, there was a heat wave.
Lucky you.
I know, it was awesome. I was on the beach. Guys, I'm really happy to be here. It's been some time. We're gonna get started. Did you guys already sign on to the haiku already? Yeah. Okay. So let me just share my screen with everyone. Did everyone see this?
Yes.
Has everyone put in their answers?
Oh, I didn't even see that you had to put it in.
Okay. So why don't you guys how about this? You guys see the question. It says, share a story of welcoming strangers in your school, neighborhood, or synagogue. Why don't some of you write down your answer? All you have to do is go to the discussion, very simply. Or can someone of you maybe talk it out loud? Anyone have any stories about new people coming into your school, neighborhood, or synagogue, or anything like that you'd like to share, please? Yeah, on my left in the green shirt. Yeah. You. Yeah, what's your name? Spencer. Please, Spencer.
Hi. So in first grade, I met one of my best friends now, Michael, and Shankar. Not you. Sorry, Michael. Sorry.
Yeah, we're boys. We're boys.
Yeah. But I met him back in first grade, and that was actually one of his more recent friends at the school that he just moved here.
Where did he move from?
I actually don't remember.
Okay, right. So what did you do to welcome him into your school?
I didn't become best friends with him. I introduced him to all my friends. During recess some of us played chess, so he made a lot more friends there.
Nice, cool. All right. Anyone else have stories? Yeah, in the back. What's your name again? Jason. Do you mind just speaking a little louder, please?
And we hung out and everybody.
Okay, it's just hard to hear from that far, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah.
This kid came to our school 2 weeks ago, and I showed him all my classes, and invited my friend with my friends, and we hung out.
Awesome. Great. Thank you very much. Anyone on my right side? Anyone have a story about a stranger in their family or synagogue or school or anywhere? Yeah, in the red sweatshirt. What's your name?
My name is
Andy. Okay, so just speak loudly, please.
There was this new kid in my school from Patterson, and he just moved here, and I let him sit in my lunch table.
You let him sit where?
My lunch table.
Okay, nice. All these things. Anyone else? Any last stories? In the black sweater, you had your hand up. No, you don't want to say? Okay, in the red jacket, what's your name? Sydney, okay, please.
Well, actually, I already knew her since over the summer, but she moved from a Catholic school to my school, and then she sat with my friends at lunch.
Okay, great. Okay, so everyone here or a lot of people here have stories about what it means to accept the stranger, and some people also probably have been the stranger. On the haiku, you'll see there's a little bit of a slideshow. which I want to talk about here and very quickly, and then we're going to get into groups, right? Is in Israel, there are many different types of groups. Specifically, I'm going to use the term immigrants. There's a lot of immigrants that come into Israel. So over here on the right side, you have an Ethiopian Jewish immigrant. Over here on the bottom left, you have a Syrian girl who came in. And over here on the bottom right is a very interesting story, which we'll read about later. Did you know that there's a Vietnamese community in Israel? No? Okay, so we're going to learn a bit about that today. We're going to get into that. If you continue, can anyone read the quote on the left side, please, on the screen? Or you can read it from your haiku. Do we have any volunteers? Yes, on my right side. I can't see who it is.
Hi, my name is Michael.
Hi, Michael.
In the blue.
Yeah, please.
You shall not wrong or oppress a stranger, for you were strangers in the lands of Egypt.
Okay. Can anyone explain what that means? Well, actually, why don't we do, before we explain that, raise your hand if you've ever seen this before, this quote. Okay. I'll tell you an interesting fact about it afterwards. But yeah, can someone explain what this means? Yeah, in the back.
It means when you shouldn't make fun of the strangers, the Jewish stranger ones.
Awesome, right? That you should, right, exactly. Does anyone else want to in the blue shirt, in the blue sweatshirt? What's your name again? Victoria, yeah?
I think it means just to let anyone come into your life, no matter whether they're a stranger or not.
Oh, okay. Anyone else? Okay. Spencer?
Well, it really means that you shouldn't try to someone who's new, you shouldn't try to isolate them. Because, let's say if you were new, you wouldn't want to isolate them. You want to have friends. So instead, do what you would do if you were that stranger.
Great. Okay, awesome. So I want to tell you an interesting fact about this, is that this is the most, you're listening, the most repeated verse in the entire Bible, in the entire Torah. This is repeated, that verse, 36 times in the Torah. Okay? Because it's that important. And this is what we're going to be focusing on today, about treating the stranger well. Okay, we're going to move on to doing some, I just want to show one more slide. We'll get back to this, okay? Let's continue. Deb, you're there? Is Deb there?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, hey, Deb, if you don't mind helping out, what we're going to do, section 3, if we can divide the class up into 5 groups.
5 groups? Okay.
Yes, you'll see where I just clicked. This is going to take you to a slideshow. We have 5 groups here, and I like the 5 groups. What you're supposed to do, the instructions are here. Go to the slide that your team number at the top. So let's say if you're team 1, so you're the USA. Read the material on the slide and watch the video. So each slide has a video, okay? And also information that you could read. There's an article there. Right? On your team's page, comment on what you've learned. So on the bottom, you see where the notes are. You could write your notes on there. Comments. And then the last part, there's 2 basically. So you have to read the information, watch the video, and lastly, make a slogan about the topic you have learned. So everyone, you could use a meme, you could use hashtag something, but everyone has to do something that they learned. They're going to give you 6, it's now 4:18. We're going to give you till 4:24 to do this. So 6 minutes, okay? So again, Deb, if there's 5 groups, so if we could split them into 5 groups, everyone should read the article, watch the video, and then write notes on the bottom, commenting, and then their slogan.
Guys, listen. This 5 group is very difficult. We're gonna have to put you with people that you don't want to be with. I can't help it because I have to do it where you are. So Michael and Jesse, Ashley and Andy and Sydney, you go with that group, okay? You two guys go together. Jason.
Yeah, me.
You two and you. That's all you want to come. No, you want to go separate. Spencer, can I be with you for 12? I want to work. Yeah. I want to work alone. No, you can't work alone. You need 5 groups. You don't.
Everyone, this is like a cool assignment. You gotta do your own Google slide. Let's go. Try to just get in groups quickly.
All right, guys, just go with the person I just told you and just stay. It's only for this assignment, okay?
Does anybody not understand the instructions?
We really can't move around because our computers are plugged in. So the problem is we have a hard time when in groups you have to move around. So you guys stay together, okay? What, Jason? What? Yeah. Jason, sit down. One at a time. What?
What?
Where do you write the notes? You have to watch the video. So you're okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody got it? So group in your groups now. It's not working?
No, I
Jason, you working together, right? Do it together.
Oh, yeah.
If you're working together, you can get Great, just work. You won't leave the computer alone. It's not working. Go with somebody else.
Can't hear a thing.
Wait, it's not
I just did this.
I didn't say you did that. All I was asking you what was the matter with your computer. So it's not working. You can't decide.
It was everyone 2 seconds.
So what's how I am? Wait, it was fine 2 seconds.
Yeah, and then I took this and that was like.
Oh.
Work. Happening on. How about you don't talk? No, I'm just sorry. I love it. I'm sorry. I love it.
Are you sure? Okay, Tori,
I can hear it.
see? Jobs? Alright, what's it? Again, I want you to work.
How's everyone doing? Seems like the groups, Spencer, you're working really well. You guys, sorry, what, Spencer? The boy across from you, what's your name? In the red hair? What's your name? Sorry? In the red hair. Yeah, what's your name? No, what's your name? I'm asking you your name. Pardon? I can't hear your name. Sorry.
What's his name in this?
No, what's your name? Like your actual name. Sydney. Oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, we got Victoria, Sydney, Spencer. Forgetting. We'll get there. In the red, what's your name again? Oh, my internet connection's unstable.
frozen on the smartboard.
Basically,
That's rude. Spencer, that's rude.
no, we're not allowed.
Stop. Michael,
There's no talking.
No, you might not stop.
I'm ready.
Yeah, because I'm talking and talking and talking.
There's no talking at all. None. Stop it right now. Enough is enough. Just stop talking.
No, it's not.
Oh, guys, let's make sure that you're helping out Deb.
I don't need that. I'm studying. You know about the right?
Okay, guys, it seems like it's taking longer. So let's take another 3 minutes. Again, you're supposed to write your comments on the bottom and make a slogan, okay? So it's 4:25 now. Let's take until like let's say 4:30 max. 4:30 max.
We didn't sign out. We didn't do it. A squared plus B squared. Yes. Oh, really? I remember you doing it. Wait, what was the password? I did that. Pretty sure. What was the password? The one, two, okay. No, what do you think? Wait. I said one. What are you reading? She said 7th grade. Well, we're going to 8:45. You have 2 minutes.
I wonder why.
All right, guys, 4 minutes. 4 minutes, okay? I love to see people get some information. Love to see some notes on the bottom. Team Australia, you're doing great. Remember to make one of the parts is that you comment on what you have learned. So write like a summary a bit, like a line or two. Yes, in the back with your hands up. You have to be louder, sorry.
How do you write
It's a great text box. Does someone want to show or should I show on top? Like this. You go over here. You go to text box. You could go with this T, and then you start writing. See, you go like that. So Team USA has started. Australia. So who's Team Australia? Who's Team 2? Okay, guys, good start with Australia, your hashtag, but want a little bit more than that. Want like an ad maybe with like a picture that goes with the hashtag, something like a meme, maybe.
Can we do dank memes?
Yeah, you could do memes as long as it's appropriate.
Okay.
Okay, stop talking to them. The border has been made. Okay, so you want to make a meme?
Okay, we're gonna say 2 more minutes. Okay, 2 more minutes. Team Australia, you're doing great. Team Canada, you're doing great.
All the memes.
You're eligible.
Yeah, I know. Look.
So
I can It's a dog.
I'll just get a picture.
Yes. What? Shut up.
Okay. We're going to say 1 more minute. 1 more minute, okay?
Wait, do we get a picture? That's what we did. You just get a picture.
No.
Why? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, she works there.
Okay. All right. We're gonna stop now. And can we have some of the groups maybe present just a little bit of the information that they learned? Let's have Spencer's group. You can go first, but if everyone can please listen to each other, that would be great.
So I learned from the article that the first refugees from the Tigray area walked all the way to Israel with no aid.
Okay. Great. All right. Any other groups would like to go? In the back, yes.
The Jews wanted to go to the ship named SS, and they couldn't go because
Excuse me, Spencer, and you need to stop talking. You need to listen. You both over there need to listen to the presenter, okay? You all have to learn to just respectfully listen. Go ahead.
The Jews wanted to go to the SS, the ship, but the ship didn't want the Jews to come to
They got refused by Canada.
they would refuse to Canada because they were like had a war in the Holocaust.
Right.
So,
Right. It's a famous story about a ship of Holocaust people who were fleeing the Holocaust. That it was a ship called the Saint Louis that wasn't accepted into many different countries and was ultimately sent back to Europe. And unfortunately, almost every member of that ship was murdered in the Holocaust. Really, you guys did some good work here. I appreciate what you guys were doing. We got some hashtags. We didn't get all of them done, like the Ethiopian, but a lot were finished, and that's great. What I'd like to do now is I'd like to share with you a quick video, which you guys can see on your own laptops. We're going to watch it together on mine, and really it's about immigration to Israel. And we're going to take this and then go on to learn about what is it like when people immigrate to Israel. So here I'm sharing my screen. Tell me if you guys can hear.
Jewish agency, the body responsible for absorbing.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm going to start from the beginning. And it's called Greater Numbers of Ukrainian French Jews Immigrating to Israel.
Israel's Jewish agency, the body responsible for absorbing new immigrants, says he predicts a 400% increase next year in the number of Jews coming to Israel from Ukraine. Nathan Sharansky, himself from Ukraine's war-torn east, said many of the people he spoke to were postponing the decision as long as they could, but that hasn't stopped immigration to Israel from reaching a record high. CCTV's Roy Rettenberg explains.
Just a few months ago, the women of this family gathered in a kitchen in Donetsk, in eastern Ukraine, as war raged on outside. Now they're in northern Israel, in the new home they share. They are 4 generations of Jews who fled the only lives they knew for the same reason. When I see people here who are happy, I forget myself, but only for a moment, because then I think of those back home who are going through what I experienced, sleeping, hearing the bombs, not knowing where they're coming from or where to hide. Families like hers are starting over in Israel, and officials say they're contributing to a wave, a record high, in Jewish immigration to the Jewish state. But the rise, they note, is also due to a spike in immigration from France. Over the summer, hundreds of French Jews arrived in Israel, sponsored by the government here. Many cited rising anti-Semitism in France as the reason for their leaving. Scenes like this, windows of Jewish-owned shops in Paris smashed, were ingrained in the back of their minds. 42-year-old Valerie Khalifa left Paris for Tel Aviv 6 months ago. She says her parents are currently selling everything back home in order to join her.
I just felt I was not aligned anymore with the countries. A lot of hate as a Jewish woman, a lot of trouble. And it's not just about the young people, but also the leader opinion. My soul was sick.
Israel's law of return means that any Jewish person can move here, whatever the reason. Officials note that this year, immigration from France and Ukraine more than doubled. And they note, for the first time ever, more Jews moved here from France than from anywhere else in the world. In some parts of Tel Aviv now, signs and menus in...
So, you guys see this video? Why are people moving to Israel now? Yes, Spencer?
The anti-Semitism in France is growing.
Pardon?
The anti-Semitism is
Right.
violence growing.
So we see, right, there's a lot of violence towards Jewish people. Did you guys hear the person say something called the law of return?
Yes.
Right, so the law of return, does anyone know what that is? The law of return is a very special law that applies in Israel. That means any Jew in the world that wants to move to Israel can get citizenship. So it's not like if someone moves, an immigrant comes to America, where it takes years and years to get a green card or citizenship. In Israel, if any one of you decided to pick up and go there, because you're Jewish, you can become a citizen. And they did that for many reasons. But what that does is means there's a lot of immigrants that come to Israel. I'm an immigrant to Israel, right? I'm from Canada. So the question is, what do we do with the immigrants that come? So you saw before examples of what other countries have done with Jewish or with immigrants in general. Some have done well, some have done not well. I want to introduce you guys to two stories. Let's find it. Two stories which are on the haiku of Israel, of how Israel has dealt with their own immigrants. So if you skip number 4 and go all the way down to number 5, and this is what we'll end the class with. Please go to this lino. You click on the lino, and everyone can do this. And what you have here are 2 separate stories of immigrants to Israel. You have what's, as I mentioned before, there's a Vietnamese story and there's a Russian story. The Russian is on your right side. Let me just fix that up. Just want to write that again. Sorry. Russian. This is the Russian immigration. This is on the right side. And on the left side is the Vietnamese. And what I'd like you to do is read this information, choose either the Vietnamese or the Russian, and answer these questions by using a lino. Everyone knows how to use a lino? No? If you don't, just in case, you take one of the Post-its, you just click on it, drag, and then write your response, and make sure you write your name on the bottom. Okay, so read one of these two sides about these two stories of immigrants, and then answer the questions. And what you'll see is a very special way that Israel has dealt with immigrants to its country. Yes, question in the white coat. What's your name? Yeah, what's your question? A link? Yeah, okay, so let me show you again. On the haiku, guys, I do this every time. If you go to the haiku, to the bottom of the page, number 5, you go to click here for lino. You click there, and it takes you directly to the lino. We're going to let's take the next 4 minutes to do this, and then we'll wrap up and finish the class at 4:45. So may I ask who's Jason? Jason. Right, Jason, so you wrote, so let's not write, let's just make sure everything we write has to answer the question, okay? No, it's okay, it's fine, I understand, but let's just make sure everything is written is part of the question.
Oh, wait, number 1, June 10th? Oh, that was me by accident.
No, that's fine. This is actually a good point. When you write your answer, write all of your answers in one post-it, and make sure you write your name on the bottom. Yeah, and make sure you try your hardest not to put on top of anyone's.
The last thing on her page.
I don't see that. What is happening? I don't know.
Okay, you guys are doing great today. Thank you so much for behaving very well. I appreciate it.
He said to put it on one. Yeah.
I'm done. Done so much. Okay, so hold on. I'm done. I guess.
Okay, let's see what stickies. So again, people who have only written, like, take all your questions and put into one post-it. So someone who just wrote 1990, there's 3 questions left. There's 2 other questions. And I want everyone putting in one post-it, okay? There's 3 questions that I want everyone to answer. And make sure you write all of the answers in one post-it and write your name. Thank you, Tori. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Spencer. Great answers so far. You're doing good work. We're doing good work. You're reading well. Did anybody know that there was a Vietnamese community in Israel?
Yes.
Who knew that? How did you know there was a Vietnamese community in Israel?
Because I heard of it through my friends.
Which friends?
My friends, Samantha.
I was told Samantha knows a lot about Vietnamese in Israel. Okay, while you're doing all your answers, I just want to say we didn't get to everything. But what I wanted to show you today was that Israel is a country that takes in so many immigrants, especially Jews, but also non-Jews. And Israel, although it's not perfect, tries its hardest to get all the different types of people that live here and integrate them into society so that they can be successful, and not just, and even though they left their lives before because of anti-Semitism or other types of difficulty, that when they're in Israel, life is much better than it was before. I mean, this is very important. It's a very important thing to be proud about Israel as the country of the Jewish people, that it takes in all people and treats them as their own and does not turn away, especially those that are in need. All right, we're going to finish this class now. Please just finish up writing your answers. You guys wrote some great answers, did a great job. And I'll see you guys, I forget when the next time, but maybe in a week or two.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Keep working on it. Thanks, Zach.